Hello, Faith Leader, and welcome to Breaktime. Today we are in Psalm 13:1, and David has this little plea. And I don't know if you've ever said these words, but listen, they say, "How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" Have you ever felt that way? You know, that I love it, that I love David because he's real and he is transparent before God. You know, if we're feeling this way and we're hiding it from God, we're not doing ourselves any favor. But David has taught me how to be sincere, to let God into the emotional aspect of how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking and what's going on. And, you know, if you're questioning some things of God, he can handle it, by the way. You know, these are questions. How long, God, will you hide your face from me? David felt this separation, this desperate movement that God wasn't where. David felt like God had moved, that God wasn't where he needed him to be, that he felt a sense of distance, you know. And sometimes sin can do that. Sometimes God hasn't moved, but I've moved to, you know, I'm busy and pushed God out of the picture. Have you ever done that one where you're thinking, okay, God, where are you? And sometimes it's not God that's moved, it's me that's moved, you know. But wherever you're at, this is the place where God wants to meet you. And this is what I like about David, because that's where he was at. He was at this place of saying, questioning who God's presence. If that's where you're at, that's all right. Just be in that place with God, you know. Allow God in that space to be who he is where you're at. Does that make sense? You don't need to pretend. You don't need to put on a religious facade with God. You don't need to go through the motions. God's just asking you to be sincere. And if you're feeling a heart that's saying, questioning God, I think it's okay to tell God that. He knows it anyway. I don't think it's okay. I know it's okay. I believe this is why David was a man that was after God's own heart, because his whole heart came before God. He didn't pretend. He didn't have a division. He allowed God in those spaces that felt this desperate call to question who God was. Be real with God. He can handle it.